morning and welcome to the Morning Espresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahel Philippos and here is today's big story. Stating that wearing the hijab is not an essential religious practice in Islam and freedom of religion under Article 25 of the Constitution is subject to reasonable restrictions, a full bench of the Karnataka High Court dismissed a batch of petitions filed by Muslim girls studying in pre-university colleges in Udupi seeking the right to wear hijabs in classrooms. Hours after the verdict, one student petitioner moved the Supreme Court challenging the HC's order, while 6 others said they would not attend class till they get justice. On the day of the order, students and their families said the hijab is both an educational and social imperative, but they said they now may be forced to choose one over the other. The father of one student said education and religion are like our two eyes and we want both. A final year student said she may be forced to drop out, and another spoke of having to make the difficult decision of moving on. Next up are our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. A day after senior Congress leader Kapil Sibal said the Gandhis must allow someone else to lead the party, former Union Minister and Congress Working Committee member Salman Khurshid told the Indian Express that the party was facing a crisis of ideas and not a crisis of leadership. He said the argument that shortcomings in the party's performance was only because we don't have the right leader is not acceptable. In what potentially presents the first signs of unsustainability in the existing quick commerce or Q-commerce model, 10-minute grocery delivery company Blinkit has agreed to merge with food tech platform Zomato as the former finds itself in a cash crunch situation. While Zomato has said it will be extending a $150 million loan to Grofers India Private Limited to support the latter's capital requirements in the near term, it is learned that shareholders of Blinkit will get 1 share of Zomato per 10 shares of Blinkit held. And now for our stories from the front page. In a searing attack on opponents of the BJP, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, referring to the response to the Kashmir Files film on the exodus of Kashmiri Pandits from the valley in the 1990s, said it had rattled the entire ecosystem, which claims to be the torchbearer of freedom of expression but does not want the truth to be told. He said it's not an issue about a film but that of bringing out the truth and presenting history in its correct perspective. Mann takes oath as Punjab's 18th Chief Minister in Khatkar Kalan today, the village of Bhagat Singh. Ahead of the ceremony, the AAP has asked people to turn up in basanti turbans and dupattas that prominently showcase the color yellow, which is associated with the freedom fighter. The theme of the event is Rang De Basanti, a song said to have been sung by prisoners when Singh was hanged. At least 4 lakh people are expected to attend the event today. And now for our must-read stories. In what was widely seen as one-upmanship between alliance partners BJP and JDU, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and Assembly Speaker Vijay Kumar Sinha sparred in the Assembly over the running of the House. The incident, however, didn't occur in isolation. The tense relationship can be traced back to a turf war between Munger MP and JDU's National President Rajiv Ranjan Singh and Sinha, who is an MLA from Lakhisarai, which is part of the Munger Lok Sabha seat. It wasn't long before the turf war turned into a full-fledged battle between the two parties, soon after a dozen BJP workers joined the JDU last fortnight. Next up, Faizan Mustafa, Vice-Chancellor of Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad, writes on the Karnataka High Court's hijab ruling. You can read his opinion on the IndianExpress.com. While COVID restrictions are slowly being lifted across the globe, the pandemic is showing signs of resurgence in a few areas, most notably in China, where a sudden rise in cases is being reported. In China, where cases had dwindled to 2-digit figures as early as in April 2020, things have changed drastically in the last 3 weeks. In the last 10 days, the country has reported a daily average of nearly 700 new cases. We explain what may have led to this resurgence. And finally, Anirban Lahiri has been playing on the prestigious PGA Tour for a long time now but has almost become the forgotten man of Indian golf. On Monday, during the delayed finish of the Players' Championship at the acclaimed TPC Sawgrass, the Indian scripted nothing short of a Cinderella story. And though he finished short by a shot, Lahiri gave ample indication that he could be back in the big league after years in the wilderness. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.